Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Norfolk once again. Not a windmill this time. I've come down to photograph Cromer Pier. I've just met up with Andrew Banner. I've just been down there with him quickly, had a little look around and planned where I'm going to park. That's great planning something when you're down the seafront. It is absolutely rammed with people, so parking might be an issue. Somewhere to sleep might be an issue. So all these things are, set to be overcome. But we will see what happens. As in the pier itself, I want to photograph it more in sunrise than I do at sunset, purely because the sun rises to the right of the pier as we're looking at it, and I should capture it as the sun is sort of rising above the huts on the far side of it, like where the Royal National Lifeboat Institution hut, their hut is down that end as well. So and I want to try and include that in the photograph as well. Drone wise, I want to get the drone above it, flying around it, through it, etc. I don't know if I can do that. I'm not going to fly the drone tonight, I don't think, because of the amount of people that are there. But yeah, we will see. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's a long old drive. This I think it took me 5 hours to get here, but that's because of roadworks, etc. I'm leaving early tomorrow morning after sunrise. It's about a 4-hour drive back, so I better get some decent shots. So yeah, okay. So thanks again for joining me. I'll see you at the pier. So we've made it down to the beach, and the pier is just behind me there. So the sun is setting behind it from this side. So I'm gonna try and make my way down the beach, down that way, so I can capture the sun behind the pier itself. Yeah, so I've not got the drone with me. If I'm honest, I forgot it. I've got the 14 to 24, 24 to 70, and the 1 to 400 millimeter lens. I might have another one as well, I forget, but they're the ones I'll be using. I've got the bigger tripod to use as well. So yeah, okay. So let me see if I can find a decent spot to set up, and I will come back to you just to see if we can get 1 or 2 photographs now before sunset. All right, cheers. Okay, ISO 50, f18, 1/25th of a second. I've taken several shots. I've got it so the sun is setting just behind the pier where it starts on the left-hand side. It's not brilliant. It's not the best shot. Hopefully tomorrow mornings will be better, but it does look quite nice. I'll share that now. I'm going to keep walking that way. I want to get further away. Okay, share that one now. I'm a little bit further away from the water, but the tide is coming in, so it's now getting me again. ISO 64, f18, and that is a 60th of a second. The sun setting behind the left side of the pier. I tell you what, I really like that photograph. Thankfully, all the cloud is on that side of the pier. There's nothing on this side. But that cloud is breaking it up somewhat and giving it some interest. I really like that. I'll share that one now. I've had to roll my trousers up because I'm getting soaked. I'm loving the fact that the sun is now reflecting on the water as it's coming in. Lovely, lovely golden light. Yeah, I'm at f18, ISO 64, and they are still a 60th of a second. And I'm now focused on the left side, on the part of the pier that is just behind the sun. Oh, I really, really like that. Yeah, okay, I'll share that now. A little bit cross with myself, to be fair. It looks fantastic, and with the drone I would have got some fantastic shots. I just didn't bring the drone because I don't want to fly it with all these people over the pier, but there's nobody here. I could have been to the right of the pier and got those shots. So I might bin it in a minute and go back to the van. It's about 5-10 minutes away, and get that before the sun's fully set. I don't really know what else I can do here shot wise. ISO 64 f18, That's 80th of a second. Let's make it 60th of a second. There we go. Take that. Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous. I'm now standing in the middle of the water. My trousers rolled up to my knees. You know, things you got to do. Okay, so I'm well in the water. Well, I haven't moved, to be fair. The tide has really come in, and the water's now up to my knees. Yeah, but I've got it so that the sun is setting now underneath the footway on the pier itself. And it's shining through like where the crisscrossing of the metal is. I really like that. ISO 64, f18, 50th of a second. Really, really nice. The sun is shining on the water. Yeah, it looks, you know, the reflection of the light is coming towards the camera. What I have done is lowered the camera, so a third is above the horizon and then 2/3 are below it to capture this light from it. I've got a couple of kids, of course, now playing in front of me, but, you know, what can I do? All right, I'll share that. I've had a quick snack. I'm on my way back down to the pier to see if there are less people. They won't all be gone just yet, but I want to try and get some pictures of the pier with the lights on, etc., through the camera. So, yeah, I did go back down there with the drone, and I'll share the footage from the drone throughout the video, but yeah, really nice. It looks quite nice from above, so yeah, I'll share those images now. Cheers. So annoyingly, I've walked all the way down here. I say all the way, it's about a 5-10 minute walk, and I've just noticed that the geared head, the knob that you screw up to secure the camera, has bent. I can't take a photograph of it now, but I'll take a photograph of it in the daylight, and I'll share that with you. So the Kent Faith geared head, well, that one has gone, but that's the one that was broken anyway, and I was just using it on this tripod, so I've got one left. There we go, I'll share that. So no word of a lie, I've been standing on this spot for about an hour and a half trying to take one photograph where I'm looking down the entire length of the pier. Andy Banner showed me today, he showed me that nothing is central on this thing, and it's been quite difficult to line it up to where I wanted it. So what I've done is I've done it so that the lights on the pier are in line with each other, so it looks like there's one light, and yeah, everything else has to just go with that, I'm afraid. The two chairs that are forward, the more forward chairs to the camera, they are well over to the left in comparison to the other ones. It's just well out of line, but it's the best I can do with it. So yeah, I've taken 30 photographs of it because people keep walking in front, but I have now got it where there is absolutely nobody. I'm just doing it again to make sure, absolutely nobody in the photograph, so it looks really good. The other thing we've had is a glorious red moon. It's been absolutely stunning, and I caught it as it was just coming above the horizon, I think. Not sure how good that one is, so I took another one, but whichever one's any good, I'll share that one with you as well now. So yeah, anyway, there's another photograph I want to take. I'm going to go in front of the pier, take that. Okay, cheers. I've come out to the front, the main entrance to the pier itself. I love it. It's got the black pathway. I don't know if it's a pathway, but it's like a gridded pathway that curls around to the entrance. So there's your leading line, and then you've got all these lovely curves and the steps. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps, I think they are, and they're all, I think the word's symmetrical. They're all exactly the same, following around. Lovely photograph, lovely photograph. Nice and bright. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. I've done that. I've taken 2 photographs of that. ISO 64, f14, 25 seconds. I've done one at 20 seconds. I've done one at 15 seconds. I'll share the best one of those 3. And if you look just behind me over here, the moon still looks really, really good. So I'm going to get another photograph of the moon, and I'll share that one as well. Okay, sorry about the noise in the background. They're all having a row. My apologies, guys. I know it's really dark, but I've come down this ramp right as close as I can to the water. I've got it at f18, ISO 64, and I've got a 30-second exposure. I'm quite low to the pier. We're sort of looking level with the water really, with the pier above us quite a way as well, to be fair. Yeah, it looks quite nice. I don't know how good the photograph is. Let me just check. It looks quite nice on the back of the camera. Probably could do with a little bit more time. I'll see if I can do that, but I'll share the photograph now with you. I'm done for tonight. It's about 11:30, I think, and I'm up at 4. So yeah, I need to get a little bit of kip at least. So I'll see you back down there early tomorrow morning. Okay, so I've taken the drone up. I've done a little bit around the pier itself with the drone, not too much this morning. We're now starting to get red clouds above the pier itself. It looks awesome. And the glass of the sand, you know, it's wet, it's reflecting the light. We've got the reflection of the pier on the sand. We've got these gorgeous red sky. It looks beautiful. I don't want to move around too much. I want to go behind this, I can never remember the name, the groins. I want to go behind the groins and get a picture of the groins with the pier in it as well if I can. But yeah, I just want to stay around this location somewhere. I've just done a photograph, ISO 50 f/18, and that was 1.8 of a second, 1.8 seconds. Yeah, looks brilliant. It looks brilliant. I'll share that now. I went over the groin and I've taken a photograph from behind the groins facing towards the pier. 14mm, ISO 64 f/16, and it was 1.8 seconds, I think it was. Yeah, really nice. The sun is obviously starting to come up. We're getting more and more red. I'm looking forward to when it starts to come over the horizon and I can photograph it through the gaps in the pier itself. It looks amazing. Looks lovely. Okay, I'll share. I took one of the groins as well by themselves, so I'll share the one with the groins and the pier and the one of the groins. Okay. Okay, so I'm moving from where I started, which is over there where that rock is behind my shoulder. That's where my kit is, and I'm moving more towards the pier to get, you know, different perspectives of the pier. Unfortunately, the tide is out. Well, I wouldn't be able to stand here if it was in, would I? But it's like halfway into the pier, and as I walk down, I'm just stopping as I'm doing now, take photographs of it from different angles. Bear with me 1 second. So for instance, this one, ISO 16, sorry, one more time, ISO 50 f/16, and that is 1/3 of a second. So yeah, I'm just trying to capture the pier from as many places as I can before the sunrise. Okay, I'll share that now. Right, so I've got the drone up, which is videoing sunrise. I noticed recently that it records in like sections rather than a continuous recording. So that doesn't really work for me, because when it's changing its section or stopping and starting, it seems to miss bits out. So I don't know if that's because I've got some setting wrong or something. I don't know, but I'll show you the section with the sunrise. That's what I'm getting at. Anyway, so she's recording. The sun is now coming up. We've got a lovely, lovely red glow, and I'm going to start photographing that sunrise, and I'll start sharing some of those with you now. Fantastic. We have sunrise. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. I'm just taking loads, guys. I've got it coming through all the crisscrosses of the pier. I've got it in the gaps of the pier. Yeah, I'm going to start sharing those with you. Looks fantastic. Love sunrise. I'll share those now. I'm now photographing the lifeboat house with the sun through the legs. Oh gosh, it looks really nice. So ISO 50 f/16, half a second. Looks nice. Looks beautiful. What a fantastic sunrise. Okay, I'll share that with you. I'm waiting for one more photograph, and that's of the sun as it comes over the top of the pavilion, which is going to happen any time now. What we've got is the glow of the sun around the pavilion, and then we've got the reflection of the light of the sun on the water and then on the sand. Looks fantastic. I'll share that one now. We're done here. I've loved this. It's been a beautiful morning. This is a stunning pier, I have to say. I met some marvelous people last night. I think 6 people subscribed to the channel while I was talking to them. A young lady had a flight of the drone. She enjoyed it. She said her husband wants one. I think now she'll probably buy one. Great fun. But yeah, it's been great. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please remember, guys, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.